That was a good salad. Who's gonna do the dishes?
Hi, I'm Ho Shin Ho. I'm living in Vancouver, BC, Canada, unceded territory of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. I am an immigrant to Canada from China.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea coming to you from Victoria, but more importantly known as unceded Akwesasne territory of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations, and I am an immigrant from the United States of America.
Welcome to Dishes Out. We're here to respond to ridiculous comments, the naysayers, and the negative stereotypes.
Yes, we're not going to let harmful and hateful comments have the last word. We're dishing it out, spilling the tea, and breaking down the words that divide, harm, and hurt.
So join us every Friday for a new episode.
Dishes out. Oh gosh. Oh, Hoshin. Got to hit the record button in the right amount of time. So anyway, welcome back to another Dishes Out.
Welcome back. Today we have news to dish
It's
out.
awful. Mhm.
It's awful, yes.
Mhm.
Andrea, will you mind telling us what is the thing that we're going to dish out today?
Yes. Yeah. Socials have been quite quiet as of this recording. So we are actually looking at a current event that happened very close to Halloween, actually. And we are jumping over to Nova Scotia. Yeah, Nova Scotia. So there was a Halloween party or Halloween dance, that has been going on for many years. And it was the North Sydney Firefighters Club hosted the event in North Sydney, Nova Scotia. And we'll include the link to this story. CTV has picked it up, CBC, like a lot. This has made big news. So at the dance, however, 4 people showed up to the dance dressed up as Ku Klux Klan members. They say that they were costumes. They said when it was pointed out, they made a statement saying, "Oh, we made a mistake." But I think the comment we really want to unpack is a few comments. So the fire chief of the North Sydney Fire Department, Wade Guthrow, he said, I've been reading your comments, and to be honest, I've been very reluctant to post just because I don't want to add fuel to the fire, so to speak. Which I don't even okay, that's we could unpack Wade's comments every single one.
I know why you think you saying something is adding fuel. Why can you not defuel? Why can you just not apologize and put out the fire?
If you're a firefighter, dude, do you not know how? Like, if there was a fire, you'd be like, I just stood back. There was a lot of things going on during the fire, and I just didn't want to.
Put fuel on the fire.
Fuel it. I didn't want to mess it up.
Exactly. Where your words can do the opposite too. Your
Wade.
words can be the water.
You
put out the fire.
Yes, Hoshin. Wade, where is the water for that fire?
Exactly.
Dude, we know more about your profession than you do. You're not even using it in puns, Wade. Oh my gosh.
Pun intended.
Yes.
Anyway,
yeah, pun intended. So he continues, he says, quote, I can tell you this, the members of North Sydney and myself are very sorry from the bottom of our hearts, and we ask for your forgiveness. We certainly never intentionally hurt or insult anyone regardless of race, color, orientation, or religion, end quote. So that's one quote of Wade's that we want to unpack. Did you want to, because the city councillor, it's rich, but the city councillor responds to Wade and to what's happening. But before we jump to the city councillor, any comments based on his apology, Hoshin?
Like I said, I don't understand why you first start with, I don't want to add fuel to the fire. Like, why don't you think your words can do the opposite? If I want to apologize and admit something, I don't think my words is going to add fuel. I hope, and I'm with the intention of my words going to put out the fire. I want to make a sincere apology. I want to admit what I did wrong and how I can take accountability and what I can do better in the future. And to prevent this ever going to happen. And what are the steps? Then you are putting water into the fire, not fuel.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what fuels a fire? Wind, air, not saying anything. That fuels the fire. By not saying anything, you say something. And it is amazing how many people I meet in like the professions, like all over the map, who think if we just don't respond, this person's concern will go away or their sentiment will go away. And I'm just thinking,
it's the opposite.
that is the exact opposite. Especially if you're a person of leadership, wouldn't you want to control the narrative? Wouldn't you want to make it very clear, right? If this wasn't your intention.
Yeah. Oh, we
why
did wrong.
didn't you,
We
like,
apologize. Yeah.
exactly. That night when the image came out on social media, when the videos were broadcasted and,
It should be the first thing you do.
first thing you do. Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
we're giving you like people, we're not just giving you cultural lessons, we're giving you HR and communication lessons too.
Yeah. We are not getting paid for this. Wade, fly us out to Nova Scotia. We will do some training, my friend.
Yeah, do some
Let's
cultural
do that. Yes.
communication training.
Yes.
You should be responding like first thing when it comes out, and you should be apologizing, taking accountability, make it specific what happened
Yeah.
and what you're specifically sorry about, and specifically what you're gonna do to take accountability and make sure it won't happen again.
Exactly.
You know?
Girl, Wade.
Girl.
Yes. Yeah. I think we can move on to the city councillor because, anyway, this is where the gaslighting starts happening. Because there's always going to be the gaslighter, the one who's just, no, that wasn't, that they were dressed as napkins, or I don't know. There's just always like some kind of, yeah, exactly. The city councillor for the area says that while she's disgusted by the incident, she feels people's anger should be directed at those who wore the costumes. Quote, my heart actually breaks for the fire department. To deem an entire organization as racist and to pull them through the mud when they do so much for everyone, they made a mistake. They said they were sorry. What more do you want? End quote.
Oh my God.
Okay, Erlene, girl, listen up. When Canada was founded on racism and the enslavement of Africans and the rights of Black people and other people of color didn't come right away, but actually came just shy of 60 years ago. For you to say, what more do you want? You need to do your training with Wade. Like, honestly, because if racism wasn't an issue, if these events in history did not happen, and someone just made up the KKK and it had no racial motivation, like, we wouldn't be having this conversation and you wouldn't be put under the fire. I think the fire department has full responsibility because they are in charge of creating safe workspaces for their staff and for the people that they serve. Like that, like DEI inclusion, like that kind of education is paramount, especially if you are in frontline life-saving work.
Yeah.
And then for her just be like, okay, they made a mistake. They said they were sorry. What more do you want?
Accountability.
Accountability.
Action to prevent this ever happened. Also, I don't see anything about what happened to these 4 individuals. It was all these like executives or fund leaders making apologies. What about the 4 people? What were the intent? How this exactly happened? Why no one ever stopped them? Like, also a lot of question was not answered or apologized for. The accountability was not taken.
They declined interviews. Yeah,
they even declined. And the apology was not make like even soon enough. I think it should happen right away. Press conference should happen right away. That also shows how urgently, how serious you take these things.
Yeah,
it takes you a couple days to answer, and you think, oh, I'm reluctant to do that. That shows how not serious you're taking this into account. And this is serious. Also, it's KKK. If you live in this world, you know what it means. Are we talking?
Exactly. Like, you know what it means. Exactly. It's not like these guys were like, oh, well, this was on sale, I guess I'll just wear it. No, you knew exactly what you were putting on.
You know, exactly. And in the apology, the way was saying, oh, usually like people, like we never know who's going to come in the door. We don't know who's people going to dress up as. But if anyone in that room, organizers, anyone saw that costume, don't you think the first thing is, oh, by the way, you can't be here. You have to go now.
Door is closed. There was a African Nova Scotian educator, which, like a lot of African Canadian history, like there's a lot that happened in Nova Scotia. Viola Desmond was in Nova Scotia. There's communities that were attacked to forcibly remove African Nova Scotians from the area. So Nova Scotia is not a stranger to anti-Blackness, right? And so there was an educator and activist, L. Jones, who said people are experiencing racial terror right now. We have mosque shootings. We have people being run over by cars. We have racial terror crimes happening in our society right now. It's not something that's in the past, and it's not a joke. Like Erlene, honestly, that's what we want. We want this to be taken seriously. And an apology, I'm sorry, an apology without action means
nothing. Absolutely nada.
nothing.
And
Absolutely nothing.
and also it is so right to call the whole organization racist, because one, as Andrea mentioned, means probably there's no training. No, this organization does not care, because again, there's no press conference. And it's definitely on an organization level. And second, where is the cultural or like equality training for these people? If you had this training, why do they not know that it's not okay? And second, why they were not stopped, right?
Exactly.
That means everyone participated in this
Exactly.
party. Everyone participated in that party, which is, I assume, is what they're all from this organization. No one stopped them.
Yeah.
So it is very righteous to call the organization racist.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And they are racist.
Yeah, they are. They are. And you can tell by their response too.
Absolutely.
Oh, it wasn't my intention. That doesn't matter.
I'm reluctant to talk about it.
Again, I think I used this terrible analogy before, but if I'm eating an apple and I'm like, oh, I don't want to finish the rest of it, and I chuck it behind me and I end up hitting a kid in the head, what am I supposed to do? Turn around and be like, oh, I didn't mean to hit you.
I know, you should not be there.
It doesn't matter. You hit the kid.
It doesn't matter.
Like, make
You
sure
apologize.
you're okay. You apologize. You look over your head next time before you chuck that apple over your head. Anyway, so we'll post the link to this statement. And again, Wade and Erlene, you also, like, the Council of Nova Scotia. And this is the other thing. Like, there's plenty of people who are doing the work there. I firmly believe it. And nothing we say, if we were brought out there to do some training, it's not like it hasn't been said before. But honestly, you need to do something to change yourself.
You need to do
grow.
something. The
This
whole
is unhealthy,
organization.
This is unsafe, and it's completely unkind and completely uncalled for, and absolutely no place. There's no place for that.
And I think both Wayne and Erlene, you should sit in this thought that you are racist in that sense. Because if you don't take this seriously, in many ways, this race cause is not close to you. You don't see them as equal. That's why this is not important, not as serious to you. And that, in that sense, means you are racist. You need to sit in that thought that you are.
Yeah.
And then, because realizing a problem is the first step to solve a problem.
It is.
If you continue this narrative that, oh, I'm perfect, I see everyone the same, then you will never, ever change. And this is going to repeat again in some other shape or form.
Right. And this isn't to throw shade on you all, Wade and Erlene. I'm racist too. I grew up with unconscious bias myself.
Same.
I still have thoughts or even knee-jerk reactions to things that are completely uncalled for. I realize that though, and I have to take action, like all of us have to. That's the first step. So we're not, so I'm saying you were raised in a system that was racist, racially motivated to commit genocide, the enslavement of people, and the continued oppression of people of color.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but anyone who grows up in that and who isn't self-aware of the harm that it does, my friend, you're racist. Like,
you are. You really are.
And we won't get any better. We won't thrive as a society if we just keep ignoring it and pretending like that doesn't exist in us.
Exactly. So Wayne, Erlene, please, again, sit in that thought. We want to help you in many ways. And if you keep denying, ignoring racist tendencies, you will never be a better person. In many ways, we're not trying to share you or try to lecture you. We're really helping you in this way.
Because you're just as much under in a cage that racism builds as
we all are.
else. Right?
Yeah.
So this is for your freedom and for everyone else. Oh, that's the dishes out. Gosh.
That is the dishes out.
Canada, can we just slow down? I don't know, on the like racism. Can we just, I don't know, take a day off? Can you like go to the beach? I don't know. Can you go for a swim somewhere? Like,
I
honestly,
know, not the KKK.
honestly. Oh,
Also, it's
yeah.
crazy. Halloween, people still dress up as KKK. Girl,
What are you born
like,
or
do
a
you live?
stone?
I used to live like underwater. Like, I think Ariel even know more than that. I don't think
Ar-
even Ariel will wear KKK as.
No, she wanted a whole new world.
Yeah, she want a
And
whole new world that everyone.
thingamabobs. Oh,
Hey,
anyway, thank you, Hoshin, for dishing it out with me. And thank you,
no,
audience,
thank
for
you.
listening.
Yes.
And our invitation is there. Wade and Earlene, you probably will never listen to this, but we're here. We
We are
are here.
here.
We're here
But
for
for
you.
people who would listen, please do
Yeah,
reach out to us if you want
for
share
sure.
your comments with us.
Mhm.
Our TikTok is Canadian.salad and our Instagram is Canadian Salad. You can also
Mhm.
go to our website, canadiansalad.ca,
Yeah,
and reach out to us or just
reach
leave
out
a
to
comment and
us.
give us a
Yeah.
5-star review in our
Mhm.
podcast.
Or leave us a comment, and you might be
Yeah.
the special person that we respond to.
True. We love
True.
all kinds of comments.
We do. We do. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon.
We'll talk to you
Bye.
soon. Bye.
Canadian Salad is written and produced in British Columbia, Canada by Hoshin Ho and Andrea McCoy. Theme music is by Naver Avetyan from Pixabay.
I like oranges with my salad.